Good afternoon, everyone, and a very happy Father's Day to all our viewers around the globe. We have the latest video update for Super Typhoon Guchol, and also a possible cyclone development here in the South China Sea. Watching Invest 92W shows already being classified as a tropical depression by the JMA. More on that later. Right now we are focusing on Super Typhoon Guchol is being classified by the JTWC, also known as Butchoy in the Philippines. Again, located 580 kilometers east-southeast of Basco, Batanes, or about 820 kilometers south of Okinawa. Maximum sustained winds have increased the past 24 hours and is now 240 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 295, just below Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. These winds are from JWC. JMA is slightly lower, at around 100 knots. It's around 185 kilometers per hour, but still a very strong typhoon as it continues to move generally north-northwest at 25 kph, getting closer to Okinawa and the rest of the Japanese islands. Now, recent satellite images have hinted on a eyewall replacement cycle to be occurring right now inside the storm, and we still haven't seen any hints of that, just that we still have the well-defined eye here on the visible satellite imagery, although we kind of seeing some type of moat region forming, signified by these dry slot on the eastern periphery of the storm. Taking a look here on the infrared, you can see that warming the cloud tops taking place in the eastern part of the cyclone, but still again maintaining that very strong eye, well-defined eye, and also that convective ring around it. But you can see here on the microwave image taken roughly 2 hours ago that inner eye wall still holding strong, despite again it seems to be an eye wall replacement cycle occurring. Still have the concentric rings trying to form, particularly on the northwest side. JTWC expects this cycle to be completed the next 24 hours, just before it passes east of Okinawa. Going back to the infrared a little bit, you can see also that outflow has actually improved. Polar outflow has improved quite a bit, as noted by the JTWC in response to the mid-latitude trough to the north of the system. You can see Okinawa right here, so still far away, around I'd say 36 hours from the worst conditions out here. You can also see the Philippines to the west of the storm not really being affected directly, but again we still expect that southwest monsoon to be enhanced within this week. You can see hints of it affecting parts of western Luzon, Pangasinan, Zambales, and the rest of the provinces out here in Luzon, bringing rains around 50 millimeters or less. But again, the direct impacts of the storm expected to affect Okinawa beginning Monday morning out here. And again, the storm is now tracking northward across the western periphery of this deeply entrenched subtropical ridge in the western Pacific. It could begin to turn more to the northeast by Monday night or Tuesday morning, and what could be perhaps a typhoon passing through the islands, actually passing just south of the islands of Kyushu and Shikoku and even Honshu. And computer models are actually diverging quite a bit in the 3-day forecast. Some models take it across mainland Japan, while some keep it just south of the islands. Looking here at the official forecast from the Japan Meteorological Agency, you can see them taking actually Guchol across Kanto Plains directly over Tokyo area by Wednesday morning, and according to them, this could still be a strong typhoon by the time it gets to that area. More on the Okinawa region, can also see that JMA bringing it somewhere around 150 to around 200 kilometers east of Okinawa, much closer to Omami Islands. This could occur by as early as Monday afternoon and into Monday evening, again with the worst conditions possibly, with typhoon force winds of up to 140 to 160 kph. The storm is passing to the east of the islands and not to the west, because again, as we've said in a previous update, the strongest winds can be found in the right front quadrant of the storm, and And although the region might not see the strongest winds, still expect those typhoon winds to be felt Monday and into Tuesday. Taking a look at JTWC's forecast, again still tracking close to Kadena, Okinawa. You see the closest point of approach here, right around 120 to 150 kilometers east of the islands. Kadena actually now under T-Core 3, expecting destructive winds in about 48 hours. Not gonna be surprised if those gonna be raised to T-Core 2 by tonight. They're also expecting max winds, by the way, of around 75 knots with gusts of 105 knots. So that's around 195 kilometers per hour for you. So somewhere around Category 1, Category 2 sustained winds, uneven gusts to be felt across the islands here, and also heavy rain definitely going to be the factor here for the next several days. And again, as we go on to the medium range forecast by Monday and by Tuesday and into Wednesday, see JTWC taking Guchol just south of Honshu, and again southeast of Tokyo by by Wednesday morning, as a weakening tropical storm, and also by the time expected to start transitioning into an extra tropical cyclone as it hits the baroclinic zone situated in this region. Story here is this typhoon nearing the Okinawa Islands, so if you are within the path of the storm, I urge you to prepare now. Less than 36 hours from now, we could see worse conditions from Guchol. Now moving on to the other cyclones, the other story of the day, which, hinting of a possible cyclone development. Actually, as I said, JMA now classifying 92W as a tropical depression. This system is located 120 kilometers east of the island of Hainan here in southern China, or around 380 kilometers southwest of Hong Kong, which is somewhere over here, and you can see in this image. But you can see in this infrared, again, those higher cloud tops and convective activity remaining just south of the low-level circulation center. There is some shear in this region, although JTWC has upgraded it to medium, and JMA expects it to become a tropical storm within the next 24 hours. So still watching this closely, but if it does form, it's not going to be it's not the winds that's going to be the problem, but the heavy rain. This is situated along the monsoon trough, bringing continuous rains across southeastern China, and also particularly here in Hainan, which has received anywhere from 50 to 100 millimeters in the past 24 hours. Expect another 100 millimeters even in some areas for the next 2 days. And you can see here in the latest radar image from China Meteorological Agency (CMA), I can see those bands of very strong rains affecting the island. Much of even Haiku Airport right now reporting light to moderate rains and strong increasing winds around 20 kph now. Last update, so expect those conditions to continue, especially along the eastern coast, and also as the system moves to the northeast. You can see here in the model outlook, see most of them bring 92W just south of mainland China, across South China Sea, perhaps developing it, perhaps becoming a tropical storm within the next 1 to 2 days, owing to the a small pocket of light to moderate wind shear, and also sea surface temperatures are favorable for development. So yeah, we do continue to keep watch. But as for the model, you can see we could see Hong Kong and parts of southeastern China, and even Taiwan by early part of next week, latter part of next week even, as this system continues to move to the northeast. That concludes our update for today. Again, I urge you to continue monitoring the storms, especially for Super Typhoon Guchol. Even if you are in mainland Japan, still days away from the storm, you need to keep monitoring, especially JMA, is the official forecast agency for not only for Japan, for the Western Pacific as well. and website for the latest updates on this systems. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.